Limit is t goes to negative 2 of 1 over t plus 1 over 2 over t squared plus 5t plus 6. The first thing I'm going to do is try plugging the negative 2 in for each of the t's. In the numerator, that'll give me 1 over negative 2 plus 1 over 2. In the denominator, that'll give me negative 2 squared plus 5 times negative 2 plus 6. In the numerator, negative 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 is a 0. In the denominator, negative 2 squared is a positive 4. 5 times negative 2 is a negative 10 plus 6. The numerator is a 0. The denominator, 4 minus 10, is a negative 6 plus a 6 is also a 0. We have the 0 over 0 indeterminate form. Since we have a combination of fractions, we're going to want to try the common denominator method between those two fractions that are in the numerator. We have a 1 over t and a 1 over 2. The common denominator between t and 2 is 2 times t. I'm going to multiply the 1 over t with 2 over 2, and the 1 over 2 with t over t. Those are forms of 1, so we do not change the value, just the look of each of them. The denominator I'm leaving alone for now. In the numerator, 1 over t times 2 over 2, that'll be 2 over 2t, plus 1 over 2 times t over t will be t over 2t. You multiply the numerators with each other, the denominators with each other. I'm going to leave the denominator alone. We can now combine together those two fractions that are in the numerator over their common denominator. So we will have 2 plus t over 2t, and all of that over t squared plus 5t plus 6. At this point, we want to have a fraction over a fraction so that we can reciprocate and multiply. Let's put this denominator over 1 so we can reciprocate it and multiply it with the numerator. So this will then become, limit as t goes to negative 2 of 2 plus t over 2t. Multiply that with 1 over t squared plus 5t plus 6. Limit as t goes to negative 2. And we're going to be multiplying the numerators with each other, 2 plus t times 1, which is a 2 plus t. And the denominators with each other, which will be 2t times t squared plus 5t plus 6. Now we haven't yet canceled out any factors that are making 0 over 0, so it should still be 0 over 0 if I plug the negative 2 in. The common denominator just gets us to a point where we can do some other method. These are power functions, and we can try the factor and cancel method. We haven't fully factored the denominator yet. I would expect to see a t plus 2 or a 2 plus t in the denominator to cancel with that numerator. So let's attempt to factor that denominator a little further. The numerator I'm going to leave alone is 2 plus t. The denominator we have 2t times a trinomial factorization, t and t. We need two numbers that multiply to give us a positive 6 and add to give us a positive 5. It sounds like a positive 2 and a positive 3. We'll take care of that for us. At this point, we can now see the factors that are making the 0 over 0. 2 plus t in the numerator and t plus 2 in the denominator are making 0 when t goes to negative 2. They're exactly the same. They can cancel each other out. They're not opposite signs or anything. They're written in reverse order, but they're actually the same value. This will leave a 1 in the numerator, so we can now rewrite this limit as t goes to negative 2 of 1 over 2t times t plus 3. We can now try plugging in the negative 2 for each of the t's. That'll give us 1 over 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 plus 3. In the denominator, we will have 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 plus 3 is a 1. And now we can multiply those three numbers. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4 times a 1 is still a negative 4. The numerator stays as a 1, and we will have negative 1 over 4.